All right, welcome. All right, I think we got audio. That's good. Sorry, just sound testing myself. Let me just check. I'm gonna put on some music. The Matildas are about to play, so I've got a little screen there on my screen to watch the game while we talk. Australia is playing Canada in the World Cup. We need to win. If we don't win, if we draw, we're out. If we lose, we're out. So it's a big, big game. So we're gonna have to support them. I thought I had to race back. I've been out in Pattaya. I went for an island trip. And I raced back. I was coming back anyway, but getting this all organized. I wanted to have a beer while I was watching the game, but it is before 5 o'clock when I was at 7-Eleven. No alcohol before 5 o'clock. So we'll just have to watch. Drinking water, which is good. I had a few beers on the island. It was really nice. It was a bit overcast all day. You'll see the video coming out over the next week. That video will come out, and it was a good day. I nearly got stuck inside all day with the rain. I thought I'll go to watch a movie or something, but I got out and I conquered the rain. I thought Sam Kerr's playing, but she's not playing. She's not starting. So that's a bit disappointing, but we'll see how we go. The Women's World Cup has been really good in Australia. It was really enjoyable to watch. I contacted some people, hello, people from Philippines. You had one really good win, but I've heard and read that they really enjoyed being in the World Cup, which is great. That was my second team for this World Cup, the Philippines. The Korea, all the Asian teams, go for all the Asian teams, which is what everyone does. All the South Americans go for the South American teams. I don't know about Europeans and European teams, but us Asian teams, countries go for each other. So I think you guys are going to be a bit delayed behind what I say and what's happening if you are watching the game. Or I think you'll be about 30-second delay, I think. That's all right. No, I moved from, if you saw my last video, I was in Jomtien Beach with a really nice hotel overlooking the water. I've moved to Pattaya in a lot cheaper location. It's not very nice at all. I have got a fan on blaring at me, so it might be a bit noisy, but I have no aircon, so it's cheap. And there's no really workbench, so I'm just sitting on a bed with a table, the side table next to me. Not much else I can do. It's nervous watching the game. Put some music on while we're listening in the background. See if I can turn it down. So I haven't worked as hard this month. I've been busy this month. Unfortunately, I haven't got as many videos as I want, but I knew this holiday was coming up, so I sort of had to save money for it. And I am getting 3-4 videos out this week, made this week, so I'm working hard. And then this month is August. I've been building up. It's almost time for me to start doing some extra special types of videos that I think I will enjoy making, and I hope you guys do it. The theme of what we're watching, the football, is a bit of an idea what it could be about. I'm excited to start making those videos. I've actually got a t-shirt made for myself to do those videos, so that'll be good. score. Come on. Go. Really good, the World Cup. Aussies have got behind the World Cup. Huge crowds at every game. We should have got given the men's World Cup. That was raw. We get behind the sports most of the time. Many things that are sort of happening in Australia and around the world that people are getting. We've given up on the Commonwealth Games, and now people are talking about Olympics, but they're not going to get rid of Olympics. I think it would be silly for them to get rid of Olympics. Especially for Brisbane, if Brisbane wants to get put on the map. You know, I travel all the time, and everyone knows Sydney, Melbourne. No one ever says Brisbane. If they ever say anything around Brisbane, it's Gold Coast. So I think it's important if Brisbane wants to be one of the up and coming, one of the big cities of Australia, noticed worldwide. It's a good event to put themselves on the map. I don't think I've ever had anyone say, "Are you from Brisbane?" No one ever says that. So there's always, "Are you from Sydney? Are you from Melbourne?" So I think Brisbane should get behind the Olympics. Enjoy it. The same stuff people whinge about happens every Olympics. I said this last live stream. The Canadian team's meant to be really good, yeah. I haven't really followed the women's football much, so I'm not sure. But obviously, the American team's very strong. So if the Canadian team gets to play with those girls a lot, I guess they're going to be good. Growing up in Australia with football, people are surprised. Some people don't know. I think some Aussies. Football is the most played sport in Australia, participation-wise. Watching, we got rugby league and AFL, and then it's cricket in the summer. But participating-wise, lots of people play soccer, especially with the girls, actually. And growing up, I played soccer. It was one of the sports I played. I played a lot of soccer and field hockey and tennis. Actually, our club, Menai Hawks, we were the biggest club in Southern Hemisphere for a while. I don't know if that's still the case. For the Aussie team and the national team, people get behind it huge. Our domestic competition, the A-League and the Women's League, they're always battling to build the league. They had a good phase for a while when we had Alexander Del Pereiro, and Heskey, Elmer Heskey. When they were out, that was probably the peak time of the A-League. Soccer, but I remember as a kid, we would get behind the Aussies, even like the early 1990s, and Australia used to wear the crazy green and gold outfit. It looked like, I used to call it like the puzzle jersey, green, and then there's this yellow, the old school Bosnich and Robbie Slater and those boys. We didn't have much success growing up, but except in the Olympics, I think one Olympics we came fourth. Oh, God! Oh, offside.
Hey.
VAR check. Come on, go, go, go.
The chairs are on the table. The floor has been swept. It's closing time and I'm a little tired. It's a long time since I've slept.
Go. Yes. Yes.
Things are moving forward.
Go, girls.
I'm ready to move on. Heading for a brand new start.
Any Canadians? I love Canada too, so I'm sorry, Canadians. I always cheer for Canadians in ice hockey. So, spent 4 years in Canada. I've said a few times and love the ice hockey. Love Canada. It's a beautiful country. So sorry, any Canadians that might watch this, but someone has to win. Canada's a beautiful country. I remember Canada during the Olympics. I think, yeah, like the first 2-3 days they didn't win any medals, or maybe no gold medals. So the pressure was on during the first couple of days, and then they got one gold medal, and then I think they ended up winning the Olympics that year in Vancouver and Whistler. But that was just fun. I mentioned that last stream. But those first couple of days were like, when are they going to win something? They've got to win something soon. When are they going to win? But they smashed it. They eventually smashed it. Just like I just seen our Aussie swimmers. I can't believe next year's Olympics already, Summer Olympics. Our swimming team, actually, men and women, did very well at the World Championships. But we always do that. We always go well before the year, and then we all get high expectations on the team, and then obviously Olympics, that's the number one. So everyone around the world brings their A game, and we don't get the success that we think we might get. But the teams seem to have done well. One of the first Aussie games I went to watch in the soccer was the men's. I don't even know if the women's we're in the Olympics at that stage. But the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, me and my dad, we went to a game. We went to a game. We didn't do that very well in that Olympics, the Australian team. We played Honduras in the Sydney Stadium, Sydney SFS. And I think they beat us, and it wasn't very good. And then in 2010, I went to the World Cup to watch the team play. It was our second World Cup. Our first World Cup, it was our third World Cup. Our second World Cup in Germany was the first time we made it in a long time. And we did really well. We made it to the next round. The one in Africa, we did okay. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. That was good fun. And then in 2015, I was very lucky. I was in Australia for the Asian Cup, all the Asian teams. And it's getting very competitive at the moment, the Asian teams. And we beat Korea in the final, which was awesome. Such good atmosphere. Did you go to extra time? I think we might have gone to extra time, maybe. That was awesome. I was at that stadium, and this was before I even went to Korea. It's funny now that Korea, I ended up living there for 5 years. But there were so many Koreans in that crowd, and in that stadium, and they made such a good atmosphere. Very cool. There are a lot of new. I think the Wi-Fi is struggling. Sorry, we'll just have to keep it going. I think the Wi-Fi is struggling. In the Premier League, well, in the English, growing up, I've always gone for Blackburn Rovers. Ever since the early 1990s when Robbie Slater and I think even Alan Shearer was playing for them, and they won that championship in, I think, 94, 95, just because they were on TV. We only had 5 stations in Australia, and only randomly got games, and it was one of the teams that was winning, so I saw a lot of them, and they wore blue and white. And my rugby team that I support, the Canterbury Bulldogs, wear blue and white, and the AFL team I watch, the Kangaroos, blue and white. So I follow Blackburn Rovers, and we haven't been in the Premier League for a while now. We keep getting close. Championship, we're always in the top 3 for the first 3 quarters of the season, and then we don't even make it to playoffs. We always fall apart. And I think next championship is going to be even tougher. There's some really good teams in the championship. Next one with Leicester dropping, and who else dropped? Newcastle? No, who else dropped? I think it's going to be 2 very, very strong championships, so it's going to be very hard to get out of that to get promotion. And then in the Premier League, I usually put a bet on my team. I usually sometimes put money on Arsenal. There were some players I used to like watching for Arsenal. We got Step family in Durham, so they all go for Sunderland, but that's in the championship. One of my brothers goes for Arsenal. The other brother goes for Chelsea. And I go for Blackburn. I'm the loser. Hopefully the girls keep playing. They can't defend a 1-0. Still 75 minutes to go. They can't defend that. They got to keep playing. When I did go to England, I got to go to the White Tottenham Stadium, the old one, White Lane Hart Road, the old one. They played Birmingham, and that's when Stan Lazaridis was playing for Birmingham. It was cool. It was good atmosphere, but I remember Birmingham away supporters made more noise than the Tottenham fans. But it was good atmosphere. I would like to go to some stadiums, which is something to do with what I'm going to do with this channel. Not just soccer, all sports. In Korea, I really like to, and I'd like to bring this channel and do it in Korea. Is the baseball atmosphere is amazing in South Korea. It's, even if you're not a sports fan, I've taken people that don't watch sports, period, to a baseball game, and they've absolutely loved it. The cheering, the chanting, the dancing, the atmosphere, the food, the drink. It's so cheap to drink and eat there. It's really good fun, and I plan to show you guys some of that hopefully in the future. And then we also went in South Korea, they got the volleyball, and I learned Hana, do, set. You learn how to count 1, 2, 3 in Korean. But the volleyball, they get behind the men's and the women's team in South Korea. They got a really good girl. I think she's still playing, but in the Turkish league. It's always on the TV screens. Canada are lifting. In Canada, some of the sporting events I went to, other than the Olympics, I went to, I think, 2 Vancouver Canucks games, which is the team I like. I went to, in Toronto, I spent 6 months in Muskoka, which is north of Toronto. We went to a couple of Blue Jays games. one inside the stadium. One time we just sat in the Hard Rock Cafe, and which is looking into the stadium, and we just got drunk and ate a lot, spent a lot of money doing that. But we did that. So I saw some Blue Jays games, and then I went to not the Maple Leafs, but the competition underneath that. I can't remember what the name is. Toronto. Anyway, I went to ice hockey. That was my very first ice hockey. Was the grade below the NHL. I'm not sure what it's called. A lot of fights. There were a lot of fights on the field. It was good fun. And I went to a Montreal Canadiens game, which was really good. $50 or so, $10 beers, sitting, I think, with the last row. It was good atmosphere because the French Canadians, they brought like the soccer atmosphere to the ice hockey. It was good atmosphere. And I also went to a New York Islanders game. They weren't doing very well, so it wasn't a big crowd. Yeah, that's most of the American sports I've been to, North American sports. Can't think of what else I saw. I'd love to go to North America and see. Obviously, the MLS is getting huge publicity now with Messi going to the Miami team. So there should be some nice little. I've seen a lot. They've built a lot of like 30,000 seat stadiums for teams. I like American football. I go for the San Francisco 49ers, and I also go for the San Francisco Giants. And I go for the great Golden State Warriors. So all the San Francisco teams, except for NHL, I go for the Vancouver Canucks. I like to go to some college games in American football. I can't think of the team. The one that runs out to Metallica. That's pretty awesome. That atmosphere looks sick. I think Notre Dame. So yeah, some of those college games I'd love to see. One nil, by the way, if you're not watching, Australia, where as I'm saying, it's 22 minutes into the game, 1-0. Canada have dominated the last 5 to 10 minutes. Australia's hanging on. They got to keep playing though. If we draw, we're out. So we've got to keep winning. In Australia, in the A-League, Aussie team, the Sydney FC supporter. So it's the brother, one of my brothers, Sydney FC supporter, and then the rest of the family go for Newcastle Jets. So we go to a lot of Jets games. They've been members for the Jets for, I think, since they were in the league. I was going to a lot of Sydney FC games before I went overseas. Not anymore. I want to go. We've got a new stadium, so I want to check out the new stadium. There's a lot of stadiums in Australia I need to check out. Put them on the list. I wish I had a desk. I don't have a desk. 25 minutes down, 1-0 Australia still. In the comments, if you have any sporting events that you loved or been to or want to see. I like to see some derbies in Europe, like the Milan derby or Madrid derby. Not really Madrid derby. I wouldn't say no, but it's not high on the list. But Milan derby, I'd like to see. When I was in Germany, the Berlin team used to be just the München Berlin. Well, they weren't doing very good, but the 1 year I went there, they were coming fourth. They came fourth. And now the other team, the Union Berlin, when I was in Germany, I'm sure they were like Division 3 or 4, but their stadium wasn't far away. But now they're killing it. They're doing very well. Union Berlin. But yeah, I like to go to some of the unique stadiums in Europe. And I've seen that rather than just the normal teams. I did the tour of the Barcelona stadium when I was working on cruise ships. And it was actually really good. I thought a museum of a stadium, like a museum of team, it's not even a team that I go for. I thought, oh, that's not going to be very interesting. But it actually was quite cool to go into the stadium. They were redoing the turf, so the turf was all brown. And you got to go into the change rooms and see all the trophies. So actually, I did enjoy it quite a lot. I love sport, but I thought going to a Barcelona museum would be a bit silly, but I actually enjoyed it. The stadium's huge and they keep adding to it. Yeah, that stadium's monster. But I've heard the atmosphere ain't the best because it's all tourists go to the game. In Spanish, I go for the Valencia. How does Spanish say that? Valencia. In the Scotland League, I go for Hearts. It's quite a few Aussies playing for them at the moment. Hearts. French League, I've never followed the French League. Germany, just do the Aussies or the Berlin teams, just because I lived there for 7 months. Italy, Juventus is the one team, actually a good team that I actually follow. But I don't know why I picked it. Oh, because I got a t-shirt, that's why. When I was playing soccer, I think my mum got me a cheap shirt. I don't even know what name was on the back of it. In the late 90s. I think that's why I picked Juventus. I don't know why. Corner, Canada. Hanging on. Still 1-0, 30 minutes done. we'll get to the first half and then we'll say goodbye. I'll have a nervous. I think I'll go get a cheeky beer. What else? I think I'm going to mention it in one of the videos, but you come to Thailand and you think, oh, could I retire here? And a lot of foreigners are retired here. Maybe some of them watching me and they won't like me saying this comment probably, but the one thing, if I was to ever retire in one of these beach towns or in a foreign country, you need to find a hobby, yeah? Like if you're not going to teach or do a job or have work, because you go walking along the boulevard or something and there's people at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, people are drinking beers. I understand if you're on vacation. I do it when I'm on vacation. Have a beer at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Maybe not that early sometimes, but I get that. But if you're here you're retiring and part of your routine is going to the pub at 9 o'clock in the morning, if that makes you happy, you've earned it, then so be it. That's what you want, but that's probably not a good idea for me. I'd do it, but it's not a good idea. I need a hobby. I don't know what. I think you'd need to learn the language maybe, or go to a school, do some study, do some volunteer work, play a sport. Rather than going to the pub at 9 o'clock and having a beer. Very busy today. I thought we had some rain. You'll see this in the upcoming videos. I thought I'd beat the rain, and I thought because it was almost raining the whole time, that a lot of people wouldn't go to the island, but it was packed. Very busy. So tourism is back, and it's not even meant to be high season. I think it's all foreigners going to the island. Not many Thais, maybe some Thais, but a lot of foreigners from China, I think, or Korea. I think maybe some Thais, different nationalities, Indians. So it was very busy. It was good little island actually. You just got to get away from the main area to see, or to get away from the crowds, which you'll see in the video. I'll probably do a potato video first, and then that video will be second. Probably both come out next week, end of next week. And I've got to find a couple of other videos to make, and then you'll start seeing this new series that I'm going to make. Two-nil. Yes. Girls down injured as long as there's no foul on the defender. I didn't think so. I think it's okay. Oh, maybe. Could be a foul. Canadian girls down injured 2-0. Don't think they're going to take it away from us. It's good. Good. So the next World Cup, men's World Cup, is in Canada, America, Mexico. But I think they've expanded the amount of teams that can make it, so it should be easier to make it, which is good. But also the excitement and the nerves of making a World Cup is part of the Australian football being brought up. 94, we had the Argentina series where we got to play Maradona. We did well. We didn't make it out. And then the 1998, we had Iran, and we were up 2-0. And my mum went for a shower. By the time she came down from the shower, we were knocked out of the World Cup qualifying. Just seeing Bosnich sitting on the floor, Harry Kewell just studying his career. Oh, they are checking the goal. Yeah, I don't remember much before the 94 Argentina series. Don't know what we're doing. I think we might have played Canada, maybe. It's a Canada series. I'm not sure. Olympics, we did have a good run for a little bit. The other rules. I think we once came fourth. We've never won a medal. I think we once came fourth. Checking offside. She's okay, ain't she? I've got the sound turned off, so I don't know what they're saying. Offside, 1-0. I go. In Australia, going to sport is very expensive. I think it's also in America, Canada. In Asia, it's a lot cheaper. Well, in Korea, it was baseball is pretty affordable. The ticket prices were getting more expensive every year. I think I went to a couple of soccer games in Seoul. I think maybe $15 for a ticket, which is, I don't know, it sounds about right, but Australia is $30 even just to watch the A-League, $30 to watch A-League. And then to buy a drink, $8 to $10 to buy a drink. Food, I wouldn't bother. Oh, another goal. Goal! We don't need Sam Kerr. We don't need her. You can't celebrate because they might take it off her. Like it's annoying. 2-0. Oops, goalie made a mistake. Corner, and she tried to smack it out from the corner and she missed. They could call foul on the goalkeeper. I bet ya. They're going to check it. Or maybe. Goal. Yep, goal. 2-0. Yes. Maybe I have to do live streams more often, just the girls play better. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go to some Thailand games soon. I'll be interested to see how much they cost. Food, drink, atmosphere. Man, Australia was very expensive to go to sporting events. It's too much. I understand some like Aussie Real teams, they sell out the stadium, but us Rugby League, we never sell out the stadium. A-League never sells out the stadium, so why not? You know, instead of getting 5,000 people paying $30, why not get 30,000 people paying $5? Like, I don't get why they don't do that. It's very small-minded CEOs in Australia. All they give you stuff about is themselves and their job. No forward thinking. Oh no. "42 minutes down, still 2-0. Next live stream, I'll do something more structured again. This one, I just got on to Pattaya like an hour before it, raced back here, had some dinner, early dinner. So I sort of had to do it on the run, set it up. I think the internet's not the best. I apologize for that, but that's part of traveling. The video of Jomtien Beach, that took 2 days to upload. 2 days to upload. The internet was fine. Like, I was watching sport and Netflix, but I guess the uploading, I don't know, there's a technical reason, but it took 2 days to upload. Normally it takes maybe 6, 7 hours, 5 hours. So yeah, that was annoying. It's not a long video, it's only like 12 minutes long. I'm not sure. Maybe hotels and that I understand uploading videos is probably not nice on the data packages and the Wi-Fi packages, but if they're unlimited, it shouldn't hurt. But a lot of places over here in India, in Vietnam, and I think similar in Thailand, you get the good amount you get like the top quality for a certain amount of gigabytes, then they drop it. So maybe that's why they stop. If you stop uploading, maybe that saves some of the internet. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, 1 minute and injury time. 2-0. Oh yeah, next video I'll do a bit more structured. I'll have a lot to talk about, hopefully, if everything goes well. With a couple of different things happening this month, which I hopefully can talk about everything properly. So next live stream, if you're interested, we'll get it going. If you have questions, you want to talk to me, come on the live stream and no one else is messaging, you get access. I can help you if I can. Or if you don't want to message me on live stream, people have found me on Instagram. You can message me on Instagram, private message. Also Facebook Messenger. Should I go Threads? I do have a Twitter one, but no one follows me on Twitter. But maybe I should try to do Threads. I don't know. It's very hard to keep all the different socials updated. It takes time. Oh, 7 minutes injury time. Gonna be here for a while. Remember last World Cup, the men's World Cup, it was like 10 minutes injury time every game. All right, I think the internet's struggling. I think we're going to call it a stop. There's 2-0. There's 5 minutes to go.
On the table, the floor has been swept. It's closing time and I'm a little tired. It's a long time since I've slept. But things are moving forward. I'm ready to move on.
Next time.
For a brand new start.
Just in case you didn't see that finale. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully better Wi-Fi. Thanks for sitting with me. And next live stream will be more organized. Ciao.
I'm out of the dark. I'm out of the cold.
Bye.